Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Headless Season 2, Number 1. Interesting debut, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit as to why. So it's created by Alexander Banchitta and Robert Ahmad. Alexander is the writer. Robert is the illustrator, lettering by Jaymes Reed. So going into this, I did not read Season 1 of Headless. I know nothing about this going into this comic. So the big question is, can you read this debut without having to read the previous stuff? And the answer is pretty much yes. Like, I felt like I got a good sense as to what's going on. So from what I picked up, there's two brothers. One brother's a cop, and the other brother was, like, possessed by a ghost, from what I can tell, and, like, murdered a bunch of people, and they're both got survivor's guilt. The older brother is having issues dealing with, I think, what he's experienced. The younger brother, the fact that he was maybe possessed by a ghost and killed people. That's kind of the vibe I got from everything. I'm going to say, first, there is a trigger warning for the comic that there's a suicide attempt in it. Happens pretty early on, so, just to warn people about that. But the comic it's interesting. Like, I think it generally works as a debut. It generally works for people who are new to the series, being able to dive in. And I kind of enjoyed it. So, like, there's, like, demons that are coming back and hurting people. It's like, it kind of feels like a kind of a messed up Ghostbusters in a lot of ways. I think the only issues that I kind of had with the comic is it feels like there's a little bit of choppiness in the characterizations. The older brother kind of, like, goes 180 at one point, and, like, goes from this really nice guy to a complete douche in, like, 2 seconds. And I never quite got the sense that, like, there was this progression. It just kind of, like, flips right away. So it was an odd characterization. There's a little things here and there like that. There's some stuff that just doesn't feel like it's kind of like it naturally there's not a natural transition, and, like, a little choppiness, but, like, overall, like, the comic isn't bad. I have a feeling if you've read the first volume, the series, that you'd probably enjoy this debut a bit more than I did. But I was able to, like, read it, understand it, get into it, and, I kind of want to read more about it. The art is actually really interesting. There's something, like, very archy about it in a way. Like, the style is, I can't think of the actual style, but it reminds me of something. I don't know what it is, and this is the suicide, just to warn folks. And it's, I just don't know what. It reminds me of something, and it's bothering me a ton. You can see the coloring is this really interesting blue and white. There's a little bit of, like, pinkish red elsewhere. It's just, there's, like, a cartoony aspect of it that seriously, it feels like it kind of, like, reminds me of, like, real Ghostbusters in a little bit of a way, and it works. Like, it's not the greatest debut. I maybe would have liked it to explain what happened a little bit more. Like, greatest debut for someone who's, like, brand new to it. But overall, I think you can kind of pick up and understand what's going on if you're brand new to the series, like I was. It's interesting. I definitely kind of want to read the second issue. Out now in comic shops, you can go get it. There's a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links. There'll be affiliate links, so we get a small percentage by doing that to support our site, so thank you for that. Just watching our videos support us, so thank you. If you're into Scout Comics, if you're into comics in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy. Keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.